Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network.
By the way, I thought what was so amazing about 60 Minutes is the fact that Trump turned it down.
Yeah.
I mean, it just says so much. He didn't want to be fact-checked. This is maddening. This is insanity. What do you mean you don't want to be fact-checked?
I think that, Howard, people ask me, what do you think is going on and what is the tension here? What's at stake? And there are many things, and I can be much more articulate than what I'm going to say. But ultimately, I do believe that this is an election that is about strength versus weakness.
Yeah.
And weakness as projected by someone who puts himself in front of the American people and does not have the strength to stand in defense of their needs, their dreams, their desires.
If he wins, God forbid, would you feel safe in this country? Would you stay in this country?
Howard, I'm doing everything I can to make sure he does not win.
What a fantastic, substantive interview.
Substantive.
Does this speak to anyone else? I would have given anything to be able to keep my mom at home. That is such an amazing issue that it's going to impact everybody, I think, at some point. And that's what a real interview is. Not, did you say this thing about what part of China you were in 40 years ago? Or Donald Trump doesn't think you're black. What do you think about that? Like, dumb questions, right? This was like just issues that impact real people. And anyway, that issue really spoke to me. Hi, good morning.
Hi. God, I love Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been a Stern Show listener since the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember he was in Washington D.C. on DC 101 for a period of time when I was a kid, and I'll never forget how he was fired from there. But I'd rather not talk about that. What a great interview! With Kamala Harris. That was wonderful.
I used to listen to him when I finished my show in Hot 97, everybody. In Dublin, New York City in the late 90s. I used to listen when I walked home. I walked like 40 blocks home every day listening to Howard. He's always been a great interviewer. But
yeah.
I mean,
I was actually on his show once because I did a series of prank calls using Sergeant Hartman's voice. You know, the drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
I took a bunch of clips of him yelling at the recruits there, and I made prank calls using those clips.
wow.
Sergeant Hartman.
I've
prank
never
calls.
been on Howard's
So Howard
show.
was playing those. Yeah.
He's mentioned you on his show, though, Stephanie.
He's mentioned that he likes me, but I've never been on his show.
Oh.
My sister was on.
Bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah, Howard. Bucket list. Okay. Anyway.
Well, he knows who you are. That's the important thing.
Right. And we had Robin on the show.
Yeah, Robin's
a couple
fantastic.
of times,
Yeah,
actually.
we've had Robin on. She's fantastic. So Bob, this is what we were saying. It just, she's doing such a smart strategy. She was so great on The View, on Colbert. As we keep saying, in such a fractured media environment, this is where your people are now, And so I'm glad she's not, listening to Andrea Mitchell, like, oh, you got to do way more interviews and serious interview. Like, that was a serious interview. Yeah. I mean, for any of us, and newsflash, you're going to have elderly parents someday, and it really is a huge issue.
Announcement. Yeah. The View announcement about Medicare and long-term care was, I can't underscore how important that was. I was in a similar situation as you, Stephanie, as far as caring for a parent who had to be in assisted living, and the ridiculous lopsided cost benefit of that, the expense of
and all we
long-term care.
Yeah, all we could do is try to pay for some extra help, visit all the time. God bless, my sister lives there, so she went every day. I flew back 3,000 miles as often as I could. I know you just went through with your dad. And so, but oh my God, how refreshing, Bob, to hear like real issues that impact real people and not.
Oh yeah, and this is going to resonate. This is going to resonate with people because we all have parents, and as they get older, we have to start considering this. And the fact of the matter is that, just a mid-level assisted living facility is basically like a brand new car every month.
Right.
That's how expensive it is. It's at least $20,000 a month.
I was listening. I watched Ellen DeGeneres' stand-up special, and her mom has dementia now. We all remember her mom from her show, and it just we all relate. She said, she was so identified as Ellen's mom. She said she doesn't know I'm Ellen anymore, and she doesn't know she's my mom. But she said she's happy, and she was talking sort of about how great the facility is. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, because you're Ellen DeGeneres.
Right, you can afford it.
Most of us are not. you know.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there are some very nice assisted living facilities
Yeah.
out there, but you're going to have to pay for them. And then as the pay scale goes down, as the price point goes down, they get increasingly scary as you get toward the
Trust
bottom.
me, I know.
And that's the thing that I think so many of us face. And wouldn't it be great if our loved ones could be at home as they recover from whatever is affecting them, or dealing with a disability,
Yeah.
or in end of life situations? The best thing psychologically, and that's tragedy. I hate to break the show down, but the real tragedy is not just having to face the end of life, but then have to do it in
Yeah.
one of these places where you're a stranger and nothing is
I
familiar
know.
around you, and some
No,
of them
and
can be pretty dismal and abusive.
And
Yeah.
and also, Bob, you know, you face like just impossible choices. You know, like I live 3,000 miles away, but I looked into having her here in my house and paying for care, and oh my God.
Yeah,
The cost
ridiculous.
is something
Yeah.
no normal person can afford, and then she's 3,000 miles away from the other half of the family, and it's just, you know. So, but anyway, a lot of real people are facing these sort of
Yes,
real
yes, and this is
choices.
another reason why Kamala Harris's campaign is so important, and why her presidency is so vital to the future of this country, not just from a democracy point of view, but also just from a sustainability point of view, for us to be able to live our lives and not go bankrupt because of everyday things that every single one of us has to face.
Yeah. Well, election season is a sweet time of the year, right? As candidates coat their messages with lots of sugar to get your vote. Yeah, I said that. Now you can enjoy the sweetness of the election with authentic candidate cookies with the likeness of Kamala and Donald on your favorite butter cookie made by the famous deli in Chicago, Max and Benny's. You can purchase these once-in-a-lifetime cookies on the Stephanie Miller, Tom Harmon, and John Fugelsang websites. To order, go to our websites, click on the banner for cookie candidates, or go directly to their website, cookiecandidates.com.